Okay, we got a 3v4 here on Aorta. We keep fucking having keep having disconnects. I've been trying to get a fucking lobby together for over an hour now. And we keep having people DC. Team 1 has a DC, but we got Cosmic Eradicator and Internet Explorer here, and they've got big enough balls to take the unfair fight. 3v4. A lot of old faces here. You see from the thumbnail that we ain't fucking around. We got golds, we got highs, silvers, assault commodores, and captains. I think Tron is a commander. Yeah. Team 1, Cosmic Eradicator, Internet Explorer, Cletus McCready. Team 2, Pyrope, Call, Miscellaneous, Tron the Almighty. Team 1 is OSP, Team 2 is ANS. And if Team 1 wins, well, this might be a dog shit game. Who knows? Team 1 might just get rolled. But IE is really good. Cosmic Eradicator is really good. On the flip side, Team 2 also has good players. Call, Pyrope, and Misk are all extremely good players. Bum, ba, na, 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 na. All right, I don't even have the music going. And this isn't even that soundtrack. Yeah, sitting in a lobby for a fucking hour will kill your brain, by the way. Okay, let's start going through these ships. From the Almighty. 450 gun Axford with a antenna on the rear. Interesting choice. PD, Bullseye. Beam Destroyer, Point Defense. Bullseye. Guns on the Sprinter. Okay, pretty well rounded little build. Pyrope presumably has rails. Yeah. Pyrope's sort of a rail main. And is actually like really good with them. Usually the rail main players are not very good. And it's just sort of a, I'm too afraid to actually play the game, so I'm gonna sit way back here and be safe. And they don't actually understand how to use the rails. Barrowburn stance. She gets it. She's super cool. She even has this little escort ship. It's got some missiles on it. It's got a couple Pinards for Elant tracks. Figuring out angling. Man, I love this build. It's a little build. Miscreant, nice. S3H Reigns, already got something going out from it. Oh, that's a torpedo. That's just a normal ass torpedo. Okay, we're gonna follow that while we go through the rest of his ships. Beam Destroyer, my home is fucking infested with roaches, lovely. Beam Destroyer, Ewar Reigns, and PD Reigns, or Ewar Sprinter. Don't see those very often. I'm usually the only one who does those, but I guess it's a thing. I also seen Zombie do it. That everyone else is like, don't have enough electricity. And they're right, but it's a fast platform. Anyways, he's also got a scout with some Mark 1s. And Call has... this is going to take a million years to get to its target, so we're going to go back topping the ships. 450 on the front, 250 on the rear. On that Axford. And some missile sprinters. And a little well-rounded support reins. Why are these doing what they're doing? I'll get it. Cosmic Eradicator has a Bulker with container stacks, Bellbirds out the wazoo, and only 3 450s. What is this? I gotta look at this. No, okay, it has 4 450s. 1, 2, 3. Oh, 4. There it is. Containers on the back, presumably decoys. He does love his decoys, yep. Bellbirds on all the slots. What the fuck is that build? He's also got a 450 Ocello. Looks like they can see that. Ooh, not enough range on that mace. It pops right before running into this fairly defenseless tug, at least as far as missiles are concerned. Missile spam bulkers at Cletus McGreedy. Oh no, missiles on the back, 450s on the front, although they are flipped around improperly. It's gonna have to get rotated. He's got a revolver. Nice. One mine ship. A bunch of support tugs, yeah, with mines, rockets, and jamming and stuff. Okay, so these are all enabling that revolver to get in there and do damage. Nice. I like it very much. Hypocrite! Clonk. Oh, it missed! Womp womp. That one landed, though. No, it didn't. It got popped by the chaff, or the flak right before it landed. Look at that. Let's follow these rockets in. He's already taking a little damage on the front. Oh, yeah. Nice. Good clean hits with those rockets. It's downing that A-cap sprinter. It's going to stop that for Team 2. Ah. Alright, Pyro. So you earn it. What are those 250s firing at? Oh, shit. Calls it. Ewo Reigns is spotted. Doesn't have a good track, though. Okay, and it's gone. It's not spotted. Internet Explorer is position firing this thing. God damn. Okay. Team 1 going full sweat mode in a 3v4. I respect it. No mercy, no hesitation. Position firing revolver. You don't see that every day, tell you what. Alpha secured by Team 1. That's going to put the OSP at a cap advantage. They have a very slight points disadvantage, but yeah, they'll catch up to that in about 3 ticks. Cosmic Eradicator's Ocello's getting railed. It really doesn't want that to be happening. Especially not while getting in a fist fight, a 450 fist fight with the Axford out here. He will lose that if he keeps getting railed. Oh, man. And meanwhile, Delta and Echo have both been mined off from the OSP side. And Internet Explorer is looping around to get an angle, maybe poking and grab Bravo or Charlie. 450 Bulker. Just diving that Ocello down. Try to get out of that rail fire. But, buddy, I think it's a little too late for this thing. Oh, yeah, look at that. Pretty good DC teams, actually. They's got a lot of damage spread throughout the ship, but they can put out these fires and eventually start repairs. Very nice management of the damage control teams. Of course, has done almost no damage to the Saxford. Pain. Shooting it with 450 HE. I don't know about that one, Chief. I mean, he's missing anyways. Oh, speaking of bullets, it's 250 HE. And he just barely reaches. A couple lands. But that's not going to do that much either. Not against about taking Axford. Looks like Tron's playing around the lower middle of the map. He wants to make a move for Alpha. It's the onus is on the ANS to make a move. Rail team spotted. And they're pushed up a little bit because Pyro's a good player and knows that you can't just sit a million miles away from the battlefield and you need to actually get kind of close to be better, provide even better support to your team. It has to do with sight lines and angling, switching targets speedily. Oh. I will be right back. Sorry about that. Heard a distressing noise in the other room. Had to check on that. There was nothing. Just my cat being a dumbass. Thought she had done something that was not very good. It's fine. This Bloodhound LRT is going to take down. Yeah, bonk. One restore, but bonk. It could fix it up. Where are these going? Oh, these are AMMs. Gotta have that shit on manual. Because this happens, I just get wasted. Devoir. Two more is 3 H's. Alright, the question is, has this sprinter eaten more missiles than the hull is worth? Probably not. But maybe. There's been a lot of gunfire tonight. I don't know what the fuck's going on inside my house. Please tell me this hits the hull. Aww. So, sorry if that's disruptive. No fire going into these liners. OSP is still up on caps. NS trying to sneak some sprinters in here. These missile sprinters. Which is kind of funny because I don't think they can actually handle this minefield here on Delta. Yeah, co-op mines versus one defender. I know who wins that. And it ain't the defender. Woo. We're real clear for ANS needs that vision. Right now the rails are kind of doing the most work out of this game. Ooh, this took a lot of damage. I'm not really sure what from. I gotten blasted by the 250? I can't tell if that's in range or not. It's not in vision right now, but it was earlier when it was getting bloodhounded. So it's a distinct possibility. More missiles going after... I'm not really sure what they're going after. Oh, he might have sent them after this, not realizing it's dead. A bit of jamming coming out of call. ANS has the better position strategically, but OSP has more control on the caps. So ANS is going to have to convert the strategic positioning into a military W. I see. The Edwards are going after McGreedy, who has fired off all of his missiles? No, none of his S2s actually. Most of his AMMs, and more AMMs into the rock. Amazing. So he needs to start dumping those S2s out. Otherwise, he's not going to get a chance to use them. It's 450 taking some hits. Go back up here. Bonk. HEKP through the top of the flatline ship. That means not a lot of damage is going to be down there. Well, 2 guns taken out. That's certainly something. I think part of that's from the gunfire, though. And these sprinters managed to take out this tug. Did it have any mines remaining? Oh, yeah. Unfortunate. Bit of a waste there. Decoy container, line ship going through the middle of the map. How much you want to bet the rails orient onto it? Yeah, there they go. Where are these going? Oh! Oh no! Oh, the humanity! Oh, she killed it! Fire up killed the life pod. You're to hear first, folks. Oh, there are those S2s. And Zaxford's by himself. Ooh, needs a little more maneuverability on those S2s. But otherwise, good hit. Dealing heavy damage, doing far more damage than those 450s were. Very nice. Very nice. OSP in a very good position. They're even capping Charlie. But it's been contested by the Sprinter. So we're watching the gunfight of the century here. 1-120 against 250 casemate. I think the 250 casemate's gonna win. Oh yeah. Yeah, 120 just went down. Didn't have enough power. Reactors down. Engines down. And guns down 2 now. He's only got 1 restore. Needs 2 to get those working. Flip side, Keck here taking more damage than Cletus McGreedy from those HEKP hybrids. I think... Oh, okay. It's another down tug. Piranhas? Ooh, beams versus rockets. Who wins that? Well, right now it's looking like the beams. Poor Cosmic Eradicator. Getting torn to shreds by this beam shit. Just hard stop him with the beam cannon on full battle short. With 1, 2, 3 FPAs. And a Dragonfly. And then, yeah, this is just Dunsky. Very nice. Very nice. Beam getting down, but I'll trade a Beamstone for an Ocello. I'll take that trade. Although he's got 4 restores left and probably a bunch of DC lockers. Yeah, could actually get back in the fight, though it would be 10-15 minutes before that happens. It would take forever to repair all those systems and then bring him up to restore all those systems, I should say, and then repair them and bring him up a little bit. Tron the Almighty losing his Axford to an engine crit from those S2s. OSP, Cap, and Delta, and Charlie. Oh no, A&S, Cap, and Delta. Delta's the OSP natural. Lost a Sprinter for it, but OSP, Cap, Charlie, and they've had the Cap advantage for a while, so they're going to lose the 4-1 advantage. It's going to go back to 3-2, but it's still an advantage for the OSP side, especially now that they've mined off the A&S natural with some Auger Mines. Not the best positioning on those, but they will discourage any sprinters, any naked scouts from coming down there and capping that point. Tron's got to get something done on middle, and I don't think he can do that because if he pushes up here and then on to Alpha, he's going to just get wrecked by the Revolver. In fact, he might already be getting wrecked by the Revolver now. Misk is down here as well in the Beam team. That's right, and Misk has been losing these ships. Did I do an intro for this? I don't remember if I... Yes, I did. But when I was going through Misk's stuff, he'd already fired those scouting torpedoes, and I was trying to see what was up with that. Right. Yeah. Ooh, good color scheme. Orange and white. You don't see it very often, but it looks real good. 250 Revolver ship just laying in to these beams at this medium range. And they're in big fucking trouble. I have to fire up and call to save the day at this point, but I don't know if I've got the gas for that. Let's see, who's that being fired from? Okay, that's being fired from Pyro. She doesn't have that many missiles either. That's Misk. Yeah, in fact, I think this might be it. Yeah. Yeah, just a couple torpedoes and a couple hybrids. Very expensive missiles, but very effective when used at the right time. Boom. And this is the right time. Look at those hits. Boom. Huge damage onto those support tugs. Internet Explorer really needs to keep alive, especially if it wants to recap Delta. But now they're pointing their ass towards this full health gun Sprinter. Well, it's got a gun and missiles. I think missiles are the bulk of the damage from this thing. And it's got enough missiles to do some heavy damage to these tugs, especially after their PD network has been a little bruised. Shoots these things in the back, they'll be in big trouble. Rails coming down. Not finding good hits though. On a bulker, that means the track's gotta be really bad. Really bad. The secret of top grade asparagus. The full pain of mortgage chaos. Now those are some good ship names. Look at that. This thing and its one DC team is just burning down. Dumping out his mines because he knows he's dying. That's the real power of Rails, is abusing people who haven't paid their DC tax. I've said that before, by the way. I don't remember when. Might have been on Valdez. I have definitely said that before. There's a lot of power in... because it's easy to skimp on DC, especially as the OSP team, because you have more holes, and therefore each hole is less valuable. And their module slots are huge, but they don't have that many of them. Ooh, misses out of those. And so it's really tempting to skimp on the damage control. And to go for the like big daddy buff modules instead. But DC pays off, especially against Rails. More soft kill out of those S2s, which seem to just be pure Actorad. Might be A-Rad Actorad, and these A&S teams are just really good about turning off their radar. Unclear. Cosmic Eradicator slowly coming back to life. Oh, while all this has been going on, Misk has managed to YOLO a Sprinter along with Cole Zaxford up onto Alpha and cap it. That's going to give A&S the cap advantage. They're still down 210 points. 214 to be exact. And they're losing ships. Oh, dang. We just missed this thing getting mined. It's a big problem. This range has been real important for getting locks and seeing things, but it's got Spyglass in it as well. Does it not have a single radar at all? Spyglass, there it is. I've gotten a lot faster at finding things on the battle map, but I still miss them. What is going on with those? Oh, yeah, I don't know. Oh! Oh! That was an emotional roller coaster that results in one pretty heavily damaged ship to be even more pretty heavily damaged. All that's really on the map is Cull and Misk and a couple of their ships. Pyrope actually getting down onto the map with the rail team, which they do have Mark 64s, two of them. Oh, man. I think I'm gonna have to play this build. I usually don't like the railstones because you just stand off non-stop, but with these things like have the power. They have just enough anti-missile systems that they can afford the guns and get in there and really start beating on nerds. Point blank with rails and 250 fire. This is a mean build. And I've played with it a few times. That is, I played with Pyro playing the build a few times. But I don't think I've maybe casted 1 or 2 games with her playing this build. I've never really noticed his genius until now, because this is what you really need to be doing with rail ships. It abrogates the opportunity cost of rail ships. The normal problem with rail ships is a line decoy eating a beam. That's pretty funny. And the normal problem with rail ships is the opportunity cost of not having direct combat ships. But these reduce that a little bit with the guns. I'm just surprised that these never get bonked by missiles. I guess if you stay away from the fight for long enough that only containers can hit you, the defenders can deal with those, and then you bring them down to fight later. Yeah, I gotta use this build. This is a good build. I thought Axford Rails was the only way to do the like hardcore fleet support. Of course, here's the one downside of this build. It's a little weak to bullets, a little more weak to bullets than the Axford is. And so if you get down to that fight and eat 250, yeah, that's a poo-pooed on ship. It's not as damaged as I was expecting, to be honest, but yeah, round number 2 coming in. Look at that. Just turning these ships into rubble in moments. However, the OSP team is surrounded. Anus doesn't have that much firepower left, but I think they've got enough for what little is left on the map for the OSP. I mean, these bulkers could get in there and start capping point. Yeah, this thing should just hard send to Bravo, and this needs to get on Alpha. Or you can have them both move to Alpha, pincer that Axford, kill that, and then move in and support slaughtering the Keystones. So yeah, I guess that is the downside of this build. They're not quite as beefy as the Axford. You don't want them frontlining. The ability of those guns is really more so they can come in and clean up backcappers, which they've done very effectively. But if they run into a frontline ship, you know, I was kind of starting to think, like, how in the world is this balanced? But that's how it's balanced. At the end of the day, you're still on a keystone hull, which is very, very killable with just straight up gunfire. Pretty damn good against missiles, but the bullets. Oh, the bullets. Specifically 250 casemates. Tear these things to pieces. 2 pieces. Come on. Come on. Dang it. Held it a little too long, I think. Look at this ship. It's trying so hard to participate. I'm here! .450 fire. AP. 450 AP in the Keystone's not great. It's also not that accurate right in here. So unfortunate. Be much better off with HE rounds, damage-wise. Yeah, I think his HEKP did far, far more than his beams. It's not too surprising. Miska's a really good missile player. Must have been playing containers lately, but those are harder to use than hybrids, so... Anus does have the point advantage. Man. I really want to see OSP win this. But I think it's over. This sprinter is not going to be able to deal with these. Oh, no! I assume, yeah, it had an illuminator that wasn't firing. Although, it did fire at the last second and take down the reinforced CIC? What the fuck? How do you take that down with those two missiles? Hello? I guess structure broke and then landed? I don't know. It's usually not how that's supposed to work. Real weird. Real weird. This is the main fight over here. Cosmic Eradicator's still struggling to get back into it. Looks like a couple of 450s are online. And firing! HE rounds into this retreating keystone. Bonk. Ooh, no, they all missed. Nice, nice. Oh, yeah. No. Those are all gonna get taken out. Firing inside PD arcs like that. You can't be doing that with your S2, Solace. Really needs to be orienting those 450s, but I don't know what's going on there. Trying to get on Alpha. I feel like if that fourth player had stayed on OSP team, it would have been an easy OSP victory. They performed so well being down a player. That's 3,000 points. It's a big deal. That's 1/4 of a fleet just gone. I think Anus has it at this point. They're catching up on score. They're still down 112. But OSP is steadily just running out of juice. And ANS has been down a lot of ships for quite some time, but they're not really losing any at this point. They're only really inflicting losses. Although, if Pyrope sends one of these bruised rail destroyers onto Echo to try to cap it, she will lose it. Yeah, like if this one goes down there, it's just dead. That would be fucking hilarious to see, though. I want to see it. I'm gonna cap Echo. Oh shit, mines! Die for my entertainment, nerd. Yeah, so, Dark, what are the Coliseum people like? We see them play games, but we don't really see them as people that much. Well, let me tell you a little story about lobby building. Pyrope joined, Internet Explorer joined, and I said, "Welcome to death!" And the general consensus was, "Yay!" Because we're all completely insane. And there's one of those destroyers getting downed. Let's go back up here. Call taking some big hits. 450 HE in the broadside. I didn't even know this ship was still in the game. Not the Axford. Let me over there. This thing. I forgot you existed. That changes the equation. Because that could go up to Delta while firing at this. And if it kills this, if both ships can pull the guns off this, then this 450 Bulker can cap Alpha. And then it's definitely an OSP victory. Yeah, Cosmic's going up towards Delta. Flank burning. See the engines are a little ragged. You can also see thrusters getting damaged if you watch the damage panel here. Maybe I should do a tutorial on spectating matches and seeing everything at some point. I feel like sometimes I'm kind of the only guy that does this, like seriously does this. I know Cryptic does this sometimes. There are a few other people expecting that, like JD. But I like... This is my main Nebulous experience. I spend more time spectating games than actually playing Nebulous. So... I think I might be the most qualified to do that. God damn. One gun getting taken out. Running out of restores. Not the DC teams, though. Oh, that 250 on the back is not helping very much. Skinny turn now. This ship is just eating so much. Cosmic Eradicator realizing this thing needs to go. And cap Alpha, then cap Delta, and then that's the fucking ball game, baby. It's all gonna come down to this. A&S capping Charlie. That's a big deal. It's gonna dramatically reduce the OSP point tick up. They're only up by 60 points, but they're only 50 points away from ending the game. Down 4-1 caps. Wait. What? Did this thing just survive the mines on Echo? What the fuck? With one defender? That's bullshit. That's not how that works. Oh, someone went to Bravo. I went to Bravo. Good work. I want to see the OSP take this 3-4. I gotta see a 3-4 with the 3 wins. It's getting onto Delta. Oh man, I think A&S wins. I don't know. I actually don't know because it's gonna take another 40 seconds or so to cap Delta. IE's got Bravo. And all the meanwhile, those points are taken up for the A&S. Yeah, they're gonna pass the OSP right at the last second. Holy shit, this has been a game and a half. OSP unable to down this Axford, which is taking cover behind the bulkers. Moving around the backside, also able to keep those guns from firing. Very nice play to call. Rail team did what they needed to do. Tried to cap Echo. Yeah, this thing's gonna be able to keep its real gun. Yeah, A&S wins. God damn. Yeah, Internet Explorer is a fucking incredible player. He's so good. Yeah, I don't know how the mines on E didn't kill that Reigns. It absolutely should have. And great. Alright, hold on. Pyrops in the violence rating. I'm gonna go on there.
What?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the server. People were getting like kicked from it, trying to get into it, and then like after the game, just the post game lobby dies.
I think it might have had something to do with us dipping on that deployment screen.
I see.
And so maybe we don't do that in the future. Yeah, that was an incredible game though.
Match, though.
Well,
I either need to retire from beam destroying or I just need to not do it to A3 because I popped around the corner while the beams were aiming. He shot half a burst at one beam destroyer, half a burst at the second beam destroyer, beams out. I'm done. Lovely work.
Yeah, I should have scrammed my reactor. That was bad.
were the beams like shooting though, miss?
No. Just as I was turning onto target, the last half centimeter. That was wonderful.
Hi, Internet.
I come around the corner with two beam destroyers. You get each of them with half a burst. That was the sexiest line ship play I have ever seen.
That was spooky.
I did tech
I-
some things though. Happy with the missiles.
Yeah, the missiles did good. I really think that beam destroyers benefit from having 2 dragonflies.
How am I gonna get my 3 FPAs then, Pyro?
They
Yeah.
like that's
These are too independent to have 2 dragonflies. I need more power than that.
like 3 FPAs is just a bit gratuitous in my opinion. I think you can like it's better to be able to shoot the beam at all than not be able to shoot it at all. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
All right, we're getting into like ship builds and stuff. So I'll leave it off there. It's a fucking amazing game. Inner Explorer did great. Cosmic Eradicator got really beat up early on, but pulled it out and started adding halfway through. It was very nice. Good participation there. Very important plays. Just, oh man, if he'd have just gotten a little bit earlier to Alpha, he probably could have killed that Axford. McCready also doing a good job with that 450 flank, and then everybody on the ANS team too. Part open the rails, miskin the, well, the BMDDs didn't do that much, but his rains and his missiles did a lot of work, especially against those 450 bulkers. And Call fucking being on the map with that Axford. Taking points, kicking ass, killing names. And then that 4th guy whose name I can't remember, sorry dude, I kind of got waxed early on and was out of the fight super early. So, oh well. This video, we have a Discord, and that's where this is being hosted out of. That's where I post up when we're looking for games. Come on down. Links in the description. See you in the battle space.